Is that working? Is that working? There we go. Is that working? Hello and welcome back to some more Dwarf Fortress. We are continuing our Earthen Castle Fortress. Our fortress dedicated to animal training, capturing animals, and building up our civilization's knowledge of animals. Anything animals I've been trying to look into, trying to learn as much as I can to be able to spread that knowledge to y'all. And here we are. So, click out a bunch of this stuff. This is our fortress. Let me just zoom out just so y'all can get a better view. Look how this is one massive fortress. We started off here where we had our biomes being the Badlands up here, and we got two different forest types on either side of this river. I believe one's like coniferous, so other one's a temperate. I forget the exact details, but that's kind of where we started off with, and we started off and settled here. This is kind of where our first initial wagon was, and we have made this. This very first floor we're still working on. However, we've pretty much got all the rest of these floors set up, or at least the rooms set up. We don't know what we're putting in a couple of these rooms, but here we go. On our first floor, we've got our butcher area, and we have quite a few butchers because we have quite a few animals. Right underneath is our leather storage, along with our leather or tanner shop, and then our leather works. Back to back. I probably should just open this up a little bit, but they just come in here, bring the skin, tan the skin, put it over here, grab this, use it into the leather works. Then we have kind of our farming section. This is our above ground plants over here, and then this is our underground plants, and then our huge horseshoe of food storage. We've got kitchens right here, we've got stills right here, we got barrel storage over here. We've got animals across the river, and we've also got our prison over here. We've only got 5 rooms. We probably need to include more. Probably a couple of cage trap ones right here I could probably do. And have that look nice and tidy over here. I think I might add a couple cage trap ones or cages over here, designate them for the prison. And each one of these, well, when we started, we had our ibex, we had our elk birds, and we had our elephants. And we had so many elephants, we had to get more room for elephants, and then with more room for elephants, we ended up having to get more room for elephants, and then so on. We had to expand again. Then I moved elephants back into kind of where we had our initial grazing area for any kind of grazing animals that came with us, any that we initially caught. And then with more elephants came even more. So this is all our baby elephants. This is all of our giant baby elephants. So as you can see, we've got a huge amount of elephants. That's been a big focal point of our fortress. And a lot of these, I think our oldest elephant, if I go to here, go to our pets and livestock, you scroll all the way down until you see these little red names. These usually mean the children, the young ones, the little ones. If I scroll all the way to the top of this list, you see, hey, this is kind of where that borders. These are adults, these are children. If I click on this guy, then he should show me my oldest living one, which is 6 years. My goal is to make it to year 125, which should be very easy, and get an adult elephant. Why? I'll tell you why. Because elephants can be tamed for war. War elephants I can assign to people. when I retire this fortress, I'm hoping that these dwarves, with their pet war elephants, follow them. So I'll try to set a breeding pair to each dwarf and try to send them out like that. And we'll have multiple pairs of war elephants in future fortresses, which means multiple pairs of breeding elephants, which means more and more war elephants. But this right here, this is where it starts. I know that we have normal trained ones, but I want these ones because they are tame. Not sure what the difference is. We'll figure that out in our next fortress if we get lucky enough to get some of our migrants from here that come with those war elephants, or some of the other animals that we're training. Giant leopards, giant jaguars, tigers, jaguars, normal jaguars, and giant bats. These are all ones that can be designated for war, except for the giant bats. These ones can be designated for hunting and then attached to different people. So that's what I plan on doing with these. And hopefully, just hopefully, we can get quite a few pairs sent out with our dwarves and get lucky enough to be able to get more of them later. Our dwarves are over here training. We just got an axe lord. We need to still put down some floors on this. But this is our temples area. Temples, we also actually have a guild hall up here. Mining guild hall. Then we got more temples and more temples. I still have to designate these three. But that is our fortress. Yes, we need chert. Let's go down to our level where we're mining chert. And I'm just designating, let's zoom in a little bit. Any little chert around here. There's different pockets I've been digging. We've got some up here, yep. We got another pocket over here. And I'll just select these. I don't need any of this other ore right now. I've got so much up top. I really don't even care. Let's just dig that all out. Dig that. Let's do a chunk there. Chunk there. Do a line there. And let's just do a big chunk over here. Same thing with the right here. Big chunks. Just generally through all this and hopefully get some good mount chart. Now on our map we've got a minotaur. We have it in this little maze kind of area where we've got a couple of elven thieves, snatchers to try to steal our children. We captured them. We got them all chained up and, well, not chained up. They're released in here, and hoping this guy will wander off and find one of these guys and take him out. He's already killed a couple of elves that we had a little bit closer to him when they got released, and yeah, they're gone for. But we also have these ones that we're gonna slowly but surely release into here. Let's see if I can do a little finagling. Pull this. Good, that's been pulled. That should open. That'll open this, and that'll hopefully get these guys all to start running this direction. Just keeping an eye, see if there's any movement. And I actually need to forbid anything in here, so our dwarves don't come running over here. Unforbid this stuff. But anything inside, I don't want our dwarves to go running into here and get killed by that minotaur. So everything inside here should be designated to not be touched. Yeah, we'll just do that. Keep an eye on over here. Ooh, we got some more naked bulldogs. Here comes our minotaur. He's going to wander this way. And let's see Probably should start pulling these back now. Let's get those queued up, and if I need to, I'll send my military down there. Come on, dwarves, get down there, pull those levers before he gets too close. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, there's that. So that's at least this one, and then that one. That should be good. We should be able to trap him back in there. I was hoping those elves would come wandering around that direction also. But this pathfinding, oh, look at, you can't go that way. Let's start moving off, maybe wandering down here. Maybe I even pull this one. I do want him to, oh, did I never connect these? I never did connect these. Never did connect those. Oh, I got an idea. I get, actually, so this, let's not do that. This, let's pull this one. Now, let's see if we can do some trickery. Because, yeah, he has no access to either of these tunnels right now. Pull that one. I pull at least this one. These guys will hopefully start wandering. Pull this, or just pull it like this. Maybe I can get them there. I just noticed that that is not all tied together. But talking about animals, naked bulldogs, these ones had pups. They're trained, so we need to designate trainers to these guys. So pets and livestock, scroll down. First of all, these guys. Giant grasshoppers, giant cave toads, um, king snakes, king cobras. Um, I think there's at least a couple of other ones. When they're born as adults. So they'll always be right there, and then I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom. And this is all my mole dogs. Let's get trainers on them. And when you train them as children, they become tame. One hump camel will get here. That's why these ones are all tame, because we have trained them when they were kids. So we got some great horned owl chicks that are tame, born from parents that were not tamed. Alright. Show linked. Yes. Pull. 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 And then pull. F4. This is my little hot key to go down here. I'll just try to figure out a way to be able to capture this. Maybe if I dig from above to over here, dig down into this little spot after he's out of here, maybe try to capture him in this corridor, and then come around and like dig a spot from here. But yeah, these guys should wander. He should start wandering towards them. Maybe I even release these ones too. But for now, we are good there. We'll see some killing on the left side here soon. Hey, I think this is already, nope, let's set to auto mine. Let's auto mine gems. If I just select a gem, anything that is near it will automatically be selected. I can also do that for any kind of ore. So bone opal, oops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, we've already dug that out right there. If I select this to be dug out, it'll automatically be dug out. Here's some native gold. I can select one and it'll just keep any uncovered native gold. It'll just keep digging that whole vein out. So I do this, do that. I don't need the tetrahedrite right now, so we'll call that good. And we'll make sure we let this play. We got a bunch of nice blocks, and I'm thinking we might turn this top part. I've got this. I might take out this wall and build a little area over here where I'm going to have a big temple that is welcome for anyone to come here. So first of all, let's deconstruct these two cage straps. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there's the Minotaur. He's already found his next victim. Let's see, I'm going to actually pull this lever now. Hey, cherry opal. I can just hit mine. It's already set to auto mine, and I'll be selected. And look at mine's that one, and anything uncovered that's the same gem at least, it'll continue to mine out. You see the same with these ores, and look at more gems right here. So I don't have to select all of them. As long as I select one of them, anything else around it will automatically be selected. So let's do that pyrite cluster also. Yeah, and more gold right behind it. And then I use blocks. So the most efficient way, I can build these walls out of just straight stone, but it is more efficient if I use blocks. Any stone I use will automatically be turned into 1-to-1 for any wall. But if I do it from block or stone to block first, it'll change the block to, okay, that's good. Yeah, he should be able to wander into here now. Let's pull this lever. Let's pull actually this lever. Any stone I turn into a blocks will turn one stone into 4 blocks each wall using 1 block itself. So that makes it 10 times more efficient. Plus, blocks are lighter than stone. So once I turn the block into a stone into a blocks, then those blocks are lighter. They'll be able to carry them much quicker and will be much more efficient. Ooh, look at all this gold. Designate all that. All this too, please, and thank you. Plenty of juicy stuff going on here. More sloth bear cubs. We got a bunch of sloth bear babies, and we are going to designate any of the children into these rooms. Sloth bear cubs, because it's these sloth bears, they're all tame, so I don't have to worry about them becoming tame first. I put them into these cages because they don't need to graze, first of all. Second of all, each one with its little movement will slightly affect your FPS. So it's much more advantageous for those animals that don't need to graze and that are tame to just put them into cages. So those children, once they're effectively tamed, like those, any children like these giant leopards, that one's now tame. I'm gonna put them in here. They originally come out not tame. Well, they come out based off of the tamed level of the parent, the female parent. So these ones, you see they're not tamed yet, but as soon as we do one single training on them, they become tame. And they're based off of whatever whatever training the female parent is. So if this one has children, they come out as trained. I believe that's exceptionally, or if they come out from this parent, it's just a normal tamed giant leopard. Or this one, it's a masterfully trained giant leopard. So we'll get those kicking. More sloth bear cubs. I gotta again designate into here. Sloth bear. Or never mind that. Probably just need to go like this. Come back down to here. Here's our Minotaur. He is, let's see, military kills. He's got a handful of kills under his belt. These are the ones that he's killed here, these elves, so far. We're going to train him up, get him quite a few different kills, and see if we can release him back into the wilds. If not, well, we're going to send our military down there to kill him. He's got his Zest Arrow Judge, the Powers of Heart. So I like the cool little name. He's not carrying anything besides his shoe, and he's actually getting skill in combat using the miscellaneous, object user. So as he's killing these elves, he's getting a little bit of experience in this whenever he does hit him with that shoe that he's holding. So let that play out. We'll worry about that later. Oh, all these wonderful new gems that we're finding. Let's just jump around each one. I'm going to make sure I let it play in the meantime. I can just click that, select the next one, click that, and quickly kind of jump between all of these. Oh, that right there. Perfect. We also have a giant spider, I believe. No, not a spider. Let's look at the description of this old buddy. I think personality, no, health description right here. It's a great hairy darkling beetle. It is a spiral shell and it undulates rhythmically. Its silver hair is patchy. Beware its fire. So this guy, with it having that fire, it is actually very dangerous to our doors as it can light our doors on fire. So I've got our cave area down here all locked off. I don't want that guy anywhere near us. I'm going to see if I can eventually try to coax him over here towards all of our invaders, these reptilian men. And maybe they die, maybe it dies. I really just don't want to deal with that. I've also got this little section set up to maybe even entice it into here, capture it between these two bridges, and we'll have our own little pet forgotten beast. But in the meantime, I'm not worried about that. Let's get started on our wall up here. Okay, so let's go do a nice little 5-length path. Let's select jet for our walls. We've got plenty of jet blocks. Now if I type B and L is the hotkeys to get to making walls, and I use the last material used. I don't just select jet again. And after I build this, or at least get the walls and maybe the roof set up, I'll break this out and we can get the floor and everything inside set up. So I've got that all set up, but in order to build stuff, you got either click down here or you can use the hotkey. The next one, constructions for walls, and here we go, all our different types we can make. And yeah, we're just going to select wall again. So make a nice, try to make a somewhat round little temple area. Let's do 5 on either side. Then we'll kick it out 3. Do a 4 right there. And then bring it back with that 3. And then build our top part of this. And I'll do maybe a little bit longer section here, longer section there. Same thing right here. Over now. And then we'll bring this up to right there. Next, I'm going to build some cage traps. I have these cage traps because I know at some point we're going to have animals trying to bust in here. So I'm doing B and then traps, and then G is the hotkey for the cage. So I'll build quite a few of these all around this top section because you'll sometimes get multiple different enemies or wild beasts coming in here in groups. So if I build enough of them, then I should be able to hopefully capture enough. This is, they're coming from this direction, 1, 2, 3. They're coming from this direction, 1, 2, 3. So I'll do one more now using these diorite ones. Whoops. I'm too quick on the keys that it's boom, and then we'll get one more on either side. Oh, some giant dingo pups and another giant grasshopper. Twins, actually. Bunch more gems exposed. So we'll just kick through here again. I think some of these have already been discovered. Pyrite over here. Not worried about. There we go. And that should be good. I'm going to right click that away. I'm going to actually build stairs now. So B and let's get some stairs. They're using this, so I'm going to put it like right here. Up to this level. Make it, yeah, sure, nice blocks. Then we'll build a roof on here. I might actually even build this too high and have some stairs on the inside and put 2 different temples in here, one on top and then one on bottom. Have these ones open for any person that wants to come in from like visitors too, because we don't have any visitors here at all. We've been a very isolated dwarven civilization. None of our places are open to visitors, but you know what, maybe we want some religious visitors here. So let's get some floors set up. Get that all the way out to there. And we'll just get this all nice and covered up. And I believe I should have enough blocks to be able to do 2 levels. If I have to, I can make some more. Oh, they don't have access to this until they've at least done this. Some way to connect one from another. Then I will probably deconstruct maybe like these ones. Let's see, actually this one. The center one on either side. And have the stairs coming up from here. So we'll let our dwarves get onto that. More gems over here. Going back up to the top. We have so many animals being born, and we'll go through and we'll designate them to be trained in a little bit later. So there he goes. He's killed that very last elf over here. He's got another kill. That should be 11 now. And we'll work on trying to find a way we will connect these two without having any of our dwarves die. Maybe even like dig a spot like right here. I like that idea. If I dig a spot right here, lower this, that'll allow him to come just like that. So let's go up to here, hold this lever. Let's see which one. I've got so many levers, it's easier just to look at the bridge and then see which one it's connected to, and then pull that lever. Oh, Forgotten Beast is now fighting some elk birds, lighting the whole place on fire. Yeah, this is exactly why we don't want our dwarves fighting it. But that guy will end up racking up a bunch of kills there. We got a bunch of wood over here. Looking very good so far. We got all our gneiss down here. We got this whole level where we just let our dwarves just kind of go rampant and mine as much as we could. We still have it selected so when our miners are done mining wherever we want them to mine, they'll just continue mining that. Right here. This is all set. So I should be able to continue this. So it's easier if I just do that and then cancel that one. And then B and F, do this. Because I will get all the floors on this level also covered. Cancel that. Build construction. Stairs going up from here to the second level. B and T is that. From here, going up to this section. And then we'll just do this going up right here. I could have deconstructed this and brought this up. I didn't have the foresight at the time thinking, hey, I'm going to build a second level. But let's knock this out. Let's get some jet. Oh yeah, plenty of those blocks, gneiss blocks. If I mispronounce that, you know what? Sue me. And I have to be very meticulous when I'm doing this second level because they can't get to it from the outside. And I want to get all these like little corner ones first. Perfect. We'll do this. Boom. Yeah, get these little corner ones done. I'll worry about this corner one last and then I'll deconstruct this. Boom. And then I'll still start constructing some of these walls right here. Now that I've got these corner blocks all set up, I'm going to do these ones. The reason I want these corner ones set up first is because say I build here and here before this one's constructed, they can't have access to this, and I'd have to deconstruct one of these before being able to build that outside one. So if I do the outside corner ones first, I don't have to worry about that. Get this all set up here. And I know I can get this one now. And now I've got these two. I know I can get this next one set up. And actually, what I can do, let's cancel that. Let's actually deconstruct these floors right here, because I'm going to put walls over here, so that will effectively work as that kind of like floor space, and I'm saving blocks on that, so I don't need to build a wall on top of a built floor. That all set up. Get this right here. Get this right here. I believe they should be able to make that. Did I might have screwed that up. I might have to do some deconstructing, or let's see if I can build it. Yeah, I'll build it from here. Yeah, I'll do jet blocks. It doesn't matter. I'll do that stuff gets deconstructed anyways. And B and L, I can block that off. Call that good. And again, start working on this next floor here. Because I want to see, can I build? Oh, I can. So they do have access to that. Okay. Maybe I make sure I select that. And then do this all on this floor again. All the way down. All the way, leaving those two right there. And they don't have access to this side quite yet, so I'll wait. But I do want to build these walls over here. So jet blocks. Boom. B and F. As soon as I see either these walls or two floors connected, I should be able to start building this next section over here. Because right now, if I select this, I don't have access to this side of things yet. Our doors can't walk or have no route to be able to get over to here. So we'll just wait a second, get this all set up. Come on, there we go. Let's get my nice blocks. Continue now that I've got access to all of this. Oops. The reason I said oops there is because I forgot B and F to select the last used blocks. Oops. There we go. Get that all covered up. And we're almost done. Nice quickly built temple area for future visitors. Yes, and once this is all done, I'll deconstruct these, build the walls, deconstruct this, and then be able to deconstruct these. I am also going to put doors on over here. Cancel that. I want to build floors first. There we go. Yeah. Those blocks. Once I get the wall, these in, I'll leave that. That doesn't have to be floored. It looks like they've at least got a handful of traps in over here. I think I might need to get more cage traps, or cages. So sometimes, as your dwarves train things, they'll have seeds left over into here. So I'm going to need to dump these seeds, or because they will not use these cages if these seeds are in here. They'll treat it like, hey, there's something in here. Like this one's got a crap ton of seeds in here. So we'll just designate all of these to be dumped, so our dwarves will come over here, grab these, and dump them. Let's see, we got cave crocodiles, our lower key, all these guys, giant pangolins, yeah, baby pangolins. Let's dump those, our king snakes. Call that good. We're in late winter. Hopefully we'll see springtime soon, and we'll be able to get an elven caravan. I like to say friends with elves because you might get lucky and get a breeding pair of some cool animals. I mean, fortunately, nothing crazy cool from here. I got a couple tigers before. For example, this tame tiger. I got, I believe, some giant. It wasn't leopards. I think I got some giant jaguars or some normal jaguars that were tame. I think it is the giant jaguars that I was able. Yep. No. I know I got giant cougars, but unfortunately you can't train giant cougars. That would be really cool. I know I got a giant or a king cobra. Ooh, that's king cobra fertile eggs. Normally king cobras they come out as whatever their parent is, and they come out as adults. So you can never have tame king cobras. But I got lucky, and I traded and got a female king cobra tame. So now these ones that come out are all going to be tamed king cobras, unlike the trained ones. So these ones, hey, I'm going to also forbid that. That way our dwarves don't go and take those eggs. Normally you can't tell if these are fertile or not, but because I have the DF hack downloaded, it just lets me look at that. I only use this for those quality of life things like that. It's just so much nicer being able to quickly look, hey, those are fertile or not. So I'm going to actually start designating at least this one to be deconstructed. They can still use this stair. And then I'll be able to build this wall. And then once this is complete, I'll finally completely deconstruct these and then open up our temple areas. So while we're here, might as well start constructing the floor on this level. So we'll just go through and make all of this nice and pretty looking. Our dwarves, they enjoy nice dwarven architecture of these. I can also engrave them to make them look even nicer. So I'll wait until I open this up before I start engraving stuff. More animals. Might have blasted an invader at somehow, some point. So let's see. I have this forbidden. Let's open that up because I don't have access to here. Maybe our buddy, the Forgotten Beast, will come down there. I almost forgot about this. So let's quickly, still set to auto. Let's mine that right there. Being able to connect those two things. Oh, we got a colony of bumblebees over here. And Droltha, they're eating stuff, but they're not eating at such a wild pace. We got a bunch of baby Droltha down here, so I know they eat rather quickly with a handful of other Droltha. I'm gonna spread out that love. You gotta be getting close. You gotta be getting very close to be able to finish this stuff up right here. I'd love to start moving on to deconstructing that stuff. So let's deconstruct this now. Let's build our doors. This will allow us to forbid if we get certain creatures. I can just quickly forbid these and they won't be able to have access into here. That reminds me, I need to also get rid of this. I use this little quick stair to be able to build just this little top part over here. This forces any animals to come through here before coming to our fortress. Let's actually allow passage through here. There we go. I still need to build floors in here and here, but I do think it's not the. No, that's the sabers. I need to figure out which one I want dedicated to Mebzeth water seas. Figure out which deity I am going to allow into here. So let's actually do a couple of things. Let's get a couple of chests in here. Got quite a few sandstone coffers, a couple of jet coffers, borax coffers. Let's do sandstone. The reason I am putting chests in here is they are to hold any kind of musical instruments. Let's see what kind of buildable instruments I've got also. We'll put them more centralized in the room. Now let's get Azul there. So BFI is these ones. We'll get one on either side. No, BFI. Let's get next to each other. Let's get a Zimkin over here. Now let's get one of these. Oops, not a statue yet, but we will probably put some statues in here. Boonim. That sounds good. Get some unique item or instruments over onto this into this room now. It looks like they've completed that, so I can start deconstructing this one. I can build my wall over here. And once they finish up over here, this room is basically done. Just got to do some deconstructing, building these walls, getting rid of these, and opening this up. Let's go, dwarves. Our mechanic over here, working hard, working diligently. Musical, creative. You know what? You, Degel, you can be a poet, or you can be a poet in here, a performer. Let's go. Let's do meeting area. Select all this, all this. Boom. All the way down to there. All of that, and all of that. Except we're going to create a new temple. And let's see, laws, writing and poetry, children, youth, and longevity. One for death, mountains, courage. You know what? Gel. Let's do a temple to Gel. Let's look at the details. We're going to allow all visitors to come visit the temple of Gel. Let's get these last couple things in here. Yes, and this is a Shazam. We'll get a Nehest over here. Now that's all set up. Mine. Let's deconstruct this. I can actually start deconstructing that also. And as soon as this is done, I build these. I'll be feeling okay to open this up because things can still slip into here. And I don't want that. Let's get our blocks, chef blocks, walls into there. Let's suspend this one because I want the corner one built first. Now let's get the next temple built, and we'll select this whole thing over here. Whoop. Don't need it. The corner blocks. Doesn't matter if I do select it or not. Oh, deselect the eraser. Do this, do that, do that. Accept. Let's make another temple. War and chaos. No, this is not a war and chaos kind of temple. I do like the idea of trade, longevity, death. Definitely not torture. Boundaries, loyalty, and oaths. I know there's only one worshiper here, but still, I think I might do lakes because we got 61 worshippers. We'll call that good. Take a look at this. All visitors are welcome there. Resume that construction. Let's deconstruct this, and then now we're okay with deconstructing all that. And I believe the temple over here. Yes, citizens only. You know what? We are going to actually remove this. Yes. I'm going to create a new meeting zone. Right there, we'll include just these little corner spots, except put a new temple down, and this will be for, let's see, one of our more worshipped ones. Did Gal Avaz? Do we already have a temple to Avaz? I believe I've got my little cheat. Well, I call it a cheat sheet, but it's where I have everything down. Avaz does not have a temple. Let's get him a proper temple over here. And I can also quickly take a look at all of my different places, locations. Like, hey, let's check out this one. All visitors are welcome. Oh, there. Huh. Performer. Digel, you can be a performer in here. Now they'll come do their worshipping over here in these rooms. Let's get our. Do we want jet block? Yeah, I like the idea of a little jet block floor on either side. Kind of that little break between the two different colors. Forgot Beast down here wrecking havoc. Let's see where he's at. Oh, he's down in the water again. Our bunch of, not cave, but reptile men. And we still have all of our agitated dingo men and women over here. I'm hoping they leave the map soon, but that just does not seem to be happening. It doesn't matter. I'm not too worried about it right now until these guys go wild. And once these two go wild, I'll open that up and I'll see if they can escape and leave the map. So I'm going to actually go through at this point and make sure I have all these selected for some training. And that is good there. Okay, yep, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not worried about any of that stuff. And our temples are now officially open. Our Master Potter over here. No jab, he's got a couple of pets. A couple of roosters and turkeys. You know what? We'll call you Bird Woman. I need some nicknames for these people. And this also, like, if I see them in the future fortress, I know for a fact they were here before. And if I keep seeing these notifications, it's all because they're mining out this level right here. Nothing I've got to even think about, worry about. Hey, why are you stressed, buddy? After wearing old clothing, oh, you got an old cap on, it looks like. All these bracelets, wow. Overview. Yeah, you're Bango Boy too. I've already got Bango Boy in here, so you're Bango Boy too, because you got so many of those. Oh, you're reciting poetry. That's nice. Let's look. Nothing. A lot of earrings. Old heavy ear over here. Call that good. Give these dwarves some nicknames. Porcupine Pup. Yeah, this is now officially finished. We'll hopefully move these blocks back into the fortress. You know, I'm gonna get a couple of work orders for some caps. Leather cap. I'm gonna scroll down. I want to select a certain type of stuff I want, specific leather. Let's do some bull shark leather caps, and we'll do 42 of those. Items. All your stuff is looking good. I don't see any little X's on there. Same with you, I think. Yeah, you're all good. Bird Woman. Yep, you're all set too. Let's get rid of this. See if any pop up. Giant grasshoppers. Oh yes, that reminds me. The adult ones that pop up. Pets and livestock. All the way down to the bottom of the adults. Right here. Get that all selected. Oh. Okay. Oh, you're down here. Maybe you'll wander closer to our fortress. Let's pull this. Let's see if I can get you to come a little bit closer. Our little farmers guild over here. Y'all are socializing. That is great. Talking with acquaintances. Hopefully you might be able to become more than an acquaintance to somebody. That's been pulled. Alright, let's keep an eye on our little buddy, the Forgotten Beast. You are starting to head towards our fortress. That's a plus. Let's just keep an eye on anybody that decides to run this direction. And preemptively pull this lever again. I won't designate it to be done immediately, but I do not want anybody to wander off into that Forgotten Beast. But if I can somehow entice him closer, keep doing that until he gets close enough that I might get lucky and he'll go attack those dudes up top, that'll be great. Boom, and that's closed up again. Let's do this once more. Pull this lever. Oh, let's not pull that lever quite yet. I know you just want to do your job, bud, but I also don't want you to die. I'm grateful, musical, creative. Let's get a couple of instruments in here. Actually, where's our bard set up? I think they're all bard, dancer. One, two, three, four. Yeah, let's get these centralized. Let's get a Zimkel in here. And let's get a Nehast. Bone crafts are coming along. We have so many bones because we butchered so many animals. Plus, we've got a lot of skulls, so we're making totems just constantly. We're gonna trade those to humans and humans and dwarves while we're trading our rock artifacts to any elves. Good. It is now going to be officially springtime, bringing in the elves hopefully here soon. And we'll see what kind of animals we can get from them. No, I want to wait. But on this note, we'll talk about animals. So, when it comes to animal training, there's a couple different grades of animal training efficiency. It's the same thing as like qualities for your items, where it goes from anywhere from basic, just semi-wild, to trained plus, to like trained plus plus. Oh, our single giant mole died. That's unfortunate. Let's see if we can get people to do some butchering of random animals that we have. They'll butcher up old skeletons that are found. Oh, our giant coati has died. That is sad. Nothing to butcher. Nothing there. Grasshoppers. 2-hump camel. Yeah, that's fine. We knew these guys are getting older in age. We got some young ones, so that's what matters. Spring has arrived. With that, let's make sure we get into here. Armadillo. Any giant armadillo pups? Yep, these guys can be caged. And I think I got wild boar piglets over here, so let's just type in wild. Any of the tamed little ones into here. We don't have anything going into there. That's fine. No giant barn owls yet. You move. Yep, here's our armadillos. Armadillo. We got all these ones. None. Oh, armadillo salad. You guys are tamed. We don't need you. You're tamed. One thing with armadillos, which is actually really nice, is you can butcher them and you can get shells. So let's get the armadillo pup tame into there. These ones that are tamed. And these ones that are tamed. You guys are now selected to go into there. Six years old, 6 years old. We'll hopefully have some older. I think as far as our giant leopards go, our oldest one is like 2. They become adults at 3, so we got 1 more year before we can release them and attach them to some dwarves to hang out with. Guys just leaving socks and shoes lying around. I don't like it. Pick that crap up, buds. Our giant coati over here. And yeah, I'm not getting any new animals, but like I said, once these ones go wild, then I'll be perfectly fine with releasing them into here. Hopefully they can leave the map. And I'll kill these guys before I do that so that they don't die from those. Weird. F4 used to bring me to the top, or to where I want to go. H. No, let's go over here. Well, that's not working, so let's change this to F6. Clear this, yes. And that's still working like that, but now I can quickly, come down here with F6. Now that we've unhooked that, let's pull this lever, get back down to here. I'm going to pull this just to make sure we're staying safe before I dink around too much. Then I'm going to pull this lever. So this one needs to be pulled before this one. Okay, good, they're coming to pull that, and this needs to be pulled. Yep, that's already being pulled. Perfect. So we should be safe. Oh, we will be safe because this is going to be pulled. So that closes this up. This will open this up, close this side of things. This will open this up, and then I'm going to release a couple of what are some ichthid thieves? Ichthids are part of a mod I'm playing with, I'm only playing with a couple of mods: Ichthids, Knowles, Naga, Ratman, and then one that actually you get meat and bones and stuff according to the actual size of the animal. So elephants, I expect to get a lot more meat from an elephant than I am just a little wild boar. Yeah, look at, we captured one. Fool. Let's see if I can start dragging that wild beast, or that forgotten beast, back towards us. You're way down here. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother. I'll let you just wander around. Okay, that's open. You know what? We're gonna release a couple more prisoners. So pull this lever. Just make sure I close this up. Pull this lever. Pull that one. So all these ones should be facing to the bottom, to the left. All these ones on the top should be facing to the right. Yes, yes. F6. Let's see, that guy is now released, and our wild boar, or minotaur, is now going to be wandering off. Good. Go chase him down. Let's pull this. Let's pull that. And now, yep, okay, that's good. That's designated. These two on the left are all set. That one should be all set, so I'm going to pull this lever. And then I'm going to pull this lever. Basically, releasing these guys into the fortress. I'll leave this one down to have that kind of way through here. And once I see you wander off to the left more, let's repull you so I can reset that. Let's repull you so I can reset that. Just a little thief. Oh, you shouldn't have been a thief. Yes, I think this middle one's the only one that I don't. Is it the middle one? Yeah, it's that middle one. It's the only one I don't want to mess with. So I can pull this lever now. That should effectively close all these off. There goes a whatever happened to my cage. Hey, we got our new mechanic. Hey, yay, more bat pups. And I can actually effectively release all these bottom ones. And then come down here and release this one. So now a minotaur can go hunt down these random elven prisoners that I've got. And I'll have access to be able to come grab all my stuff in here. I don't think there's anything over here. Nope. Nothing I gotta worry about. My dwarves are safe. Come grab this stuff. With that, let's go back up to the fortress. I need to find a storage spot for my mechanisms. So right now, hey, do stockpile. Let's customize this. Beds we don't need in here, bins we don't need in here, boxes, cabinets, doors. Tables, thrones, statues. We'll call that good for now. They'll pull out the perspective things, put new things in there. We should be good. I forget what is up here. Is it sheets? Yeah, I got a bunch of sheets. Parchment sheets up here. Let's see if we can get something new to be written on. Any new books? Nope. Nothing new there. Zoom right out. Our busy workers running around, hauling stuff, grabbing stuff, planting, harvesting. Huge food storage, and you know what? That huge food storage just got a little bit bigger. Oh, our peregrine falcon has been found dead up here. Yeah, nothing new there. Yep, not fertile. Not fertile. No worries. Want some Olm babies though. I don't think Olms use their eggs. Yep, there goes that mangled corpse of the whatchamacallit, helmet snake. You're way down here. I believe I've actually got. So this is where I was gonna also set up some cages to release some people. So let's pull this lever. I do not have anything linked up to these. So you know what? Let's link these ones up. I forget why I was making that right there. But let's do left right there. Show items. View. Yeah. Back up here. Hey, some giant barn owl hatches. F2. Let's trigger you to that. This is all covered by this one. No, we do not need to dump that. Yeah, you're linked up to down here. I could release our Minotaur down to there. Maybe set up some elves up here to be able to entice them to come all the way back up here. Yeah, I like that. I'll put one right here. Let's see, what do we have? Elf. Or no, we'll just throw a Knoll in here. Oh yeah, our barn owls. So when barn owls are born, they come from nest boxes. from a nest box, it does not automatically get set to the specific zone that all the rest of your barn owls or animals are part of. So I'll do that, and then I'll make sure I get some people onto that. And all of our giant bats. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get some statues up in here. Let's get some statues in some of these rooms. EFU. Let's get a statue in here. Let's get a couple of these platinum statues. Ooh, that's perfect. Is this the one for the washes? No, this is Gal. So this is the one. Yes. I do want one somewhere around here where all of our dwarves walk. Maybe I try to sneak one in like right over here. Let's see. We'll just do that BFU right there. Sneak another one in over here. Just have a couple of random statues kind of scattered around, making this place look nice. Let's get a couple more of these cave dragon ones in here. Hey, more giant bats. Ooh, giant cave toad coming in here messing up with these giant dingo men and women. Well, you guys should leave. Yes. Please come take these traps and such. Get them out of here. Clear this space up. Let us reset these. I'll leave this open because I want them to go from here all the way down to here. This one though, this one will be closed. Then it could drone in there. Once I get this, then I'll put that in there. Close these doors. Call that good. I don't know if we're releasing the Minotaur, we'll also release it out of here, or if it'll stay. Ooh, okay, so we got our first giant grown bat. So pets and livestock, giant. There's an eye in there. Giant bat. You are our first female one. Train you for taming, or for hunting. We'll also release you from here. So whichever one you are now released. There's some black zircon. That's pretty nice. You're burning your way through the underground. You're dealing with you're exhausted and you're injured. Ooh. Health, description. I want to see this fighting log. Where's our Minotaur? Head in the head. He keeps hitting him in the head with a shoe. Looks like they were able to take care of the giant cave frog, possibly over here. Nope, it's still fighting. I'll wait until I get a male cave bat and I'll put him with the same dwarf. Maybe with the same child or something like that. Or with like planters and stuff like that. We'll figure out what we're looking at here. Yeah, you guys are still duking it out over here. You're still duking it out over here. Looks like you're exhausted, but you were able to take him out. Look at your skills in combat. You are now a proficient miscellaneous object user. You're gonna be so good with that shoe. An elven caravan. It's nice, and we don't have to worry about anything on the map. Trying to hunt down and take out our elven caravan buddies. So with this, let's get some goods moved over here. It's going to take a minute to load this up because we have quite a few goods to trade to these guys. Let's go to bins. And these ones with the like little pink on them, that's what I'm looking for. Because I know these are the ones that have the rock stuff in it. Between that and that and that and this, that should be good. You guys still fighting it? Yep. And you are now officially taken out. No one gets, for some reason, it's not saying that they killed it, or no one has the kill one in there. Because they should have a different name if they do get a kill of anything. But that's fine. Our overexerted, unconscious Minotaur over here is not doing too hot. He's stunned. He's injured. He needs to probably take a little break there, but he's hunting down some more elves. Take a breath, bud. You're now 100 years old. So you were born in the year 22. Your open trading buddies, they should make their way. Where are they at? They spawned in over here. Ah, there they are. Just two? Oh, nope, there's three. Well, at least three of them. That's not bad. Four, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually. Good. Let's see what kind of goodies you have. We'll take a look at the yak. We'll look at their items. Let me see what they're carrying. Nothing there. Peregrine Falcon, don't really care. Armadillo Borer, don't really care. Giant Coati, don't really care. No, Masked Lovebird, and a giant lorikeet. I'm looking for a male version of you. Normal lorikeet, giant grasshopper, And I don't think you. Oh, you got a donkey, and that's another normal lord key. That's fine. We'll add you guys to our little zoo right up here. I'm not sure what's up with you, but that, folks, I'm going to probably end the episode here. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and learn something. Adios now. Hmm. Nothing new there. Nothing new here. be dumped. Yes. Yes, and yes. And yes. Gotta make sure I select through here because they will not trade. If I try to trade just the bin and anything that is improved with any kind of bone or anything like that. Take a second, get this all loaded back up. Bins. I think that's everything that we wanted. Let's get some of this all cleared away. So look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Have it come through here. So it'll be boom. 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 This direction, this direction, this direction, then up, and then this should be more than good. Pets and livestock. Let's go to our giant vats that we have. Let's get y'all ready for hunter training. Let's also release you from in here. Hunting, hunting. There should be one more designated to be hunting. Yeah, you. However, let's get a pair. Let's give it to one of our planters, maybe. You're a champion? No. Or historian? Was that our historian? No. It's a migratory maniac. Hmm. You're still hunting. Health, description. You don't have any family, bud.